Hey, this is Steve Bloom, and you are listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
This is Optimus Prime, and you're listening to All Things Transformers.
Hello and welcome to All Things Transformers. I'm your host, Steve Megatron Phillips, and in this episode, I'll be covering, well, a couple different things, actually. It's been a while since I've recorded one of these, and I thought that for the last episode of 2017, I would round out this episode with some Transformers news. And getting right off the bat here, we have some brand new Wizards of the Coast Transformers trading game coming in 2018. Coming next fall, actually, in September or October. They said they think that Transformers is cool and the game is interesting, unique mechanics. All cards are two-sided, oversized, and feel bigger, weightier in your hand. They're saying it should take one or two times to understand how to play, and it's got a unique rule set built around two decks. One of the decks is hero, and the other is used to amp up heroes. The strategy around the play, he says, is to choose the right hero with the right abilities and powers. They're also considering making a digital version of the game once it launches, depending on how it is received. Transformers will be brand new to Wizards. I have to say that the art on this is spectacular. They're taking cues from G1, obviously. I'm sure there'll be other iterations in this. But they've got kind of some of that Legends look of Transformers. I have to say I'm kind of stoked for this just because even if you don't want to play it as a game, the art on it is great. Like, for instance, you get Optimus Prime doing his finger point thing, which that's kind of a rehashed image. But you get a nice Megatron firing the fusion cannon, followed by a Prime doing his Transformers the movie, running over the various Decepticons, and then you get Megatron in tank mode firing. It's very, very awesome to look at, actually. I think that's definitely something to look forward to in 2018. Among other things, there's also this Imaginarium art on Facebook. They give their teaser image on their take of G1 Megatron, which adds some of the IDW along with some new textures and curvatures to his character. And it's an official, it's got official Transformers logos stuff on it, authentic, whatever. But they announced statues for Optimus Prime and Megatron, and they give their first look at the torso of the ruthless Decepticon leader Megatron with his fusion cannon. This new stylized design, very recognizable as G1. However, it looks pretty freaking sweet. There's no release date yet for the art or for the statue, but I do have to say that I'm quite surprised with how well this looks. Even in black and white, just the CG model for this is I love it. If they made a G1, like a Transformers show based off of these designs that are here, rather than what we've gotten for the last, 15 years, I would be extremely happy with it. Even if they did it as a film, this would be something worth looking into in the future. So you guys will have to let me know what you think on that. Generation Toys comes up with Generation GT10 Optimus Primal. Their incarnation of the Maximo Commander kind of has a nice original design to it, a little bit of a almost a mechanical beast, very much in the vein of a lot of the third-party stuff. The swords are very reminiscent of his his current masterpiece figure anyway. The head is very reminiscent of that as well. I do have to say I love this design for a third party for the Generation Toy aesthetic, and the way Primal looks, and with his shoulder cannons, and the way the fists look, and just the boxy nature of it just looks freaking awesome. And it gives it kind of a more of a textured look, like as if Optimus Primal were to have had more of the Optimus Prime influx, which is honestly kind of cool to see. Because you get to see him with his swords, you get to see him with his shoulder cannons. They show him in his beast form. I think it's pretty sweet, honestly. This Maximal Commander version of Optimus Primal, if it weren't for the fact I already have the masterpiece, I would get this as well. I would love to see what a Megatron looks like in this, because I know that there was already the kind of knockoff Beast Wars Transmetal Dragon Megatron figure that kind of came out, or is coming out for like 179-ish. But I love that this new figure, which is coming out January, in a couple weeks actually. It's gonna be $119 because it's a pre-order. But man, it's slick. It's amazing the engineering that goes into these new modern Transformers toys. Considering what we got as kids, like I'm an 80s, 90s kid. I kind of was raised in a lot of this. It's hard for me to look at this stuff now because I'm like, man, these are wicked. Like, just awesome designs. And I don't have the funds for any of it. Not that I wouldn't love to get my hands on these. But just the detail, the level of detail alone is mind-blowing on all of these new toys that come out nowadays. It makes me wish that I saved my money a lot more over the years and was able to just have or even have extra spending money, honestly, just so that I could get some of these. I love Beast Wars, and anytime this comes up and there's new designs, and it's just it's spectacular. That being said, something that's not as spectacular, Machinima's Transformers Titans Return. We're 8 episodes in already, and it's still trying to catch up or get ground. I still don't know what to think about this. I know it's not over yet, but I still don't. I don't know what to think of it yet. I know that you can watch. There's a Tumblr page where you can watch the entire series, and if you don't want to watch it on Go90, it's on like TransformersPrimeWars.tumblr.com, where you can watch the rest of the episodes, which I plan on doing. But I think there's the rest of the episodes anyway. They made it sound like you can see the entire series here, but they said that I think they're getting ready for the Prime Wars. Honestly, it's not my favorite thing that they've been doing, but I guess we'll just kind of wait and see. I don't know what you guys think about this series. Honestly, I'm kind of over it. I love the animation style. Some of the voice acting leaves thoughts to be desired on that. The Prime having the cracked windshields kind of bother me. Then they've kind of mentioned things with the Primes. The power of the Primes. They kind of mentioned it to Optimus Prime, and while he's the smallest of the Transformers fighting Trypticon among the Combiners and Fortress Maximus. We still have yet to see what happens to Rodimus and Overlord and Megatron. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens, but I'm not all that engrossed in the series at this point. However, there is Transformers Cyberverse Season 1 episode count and running time revealed. Hasbro Studios also brought the first look at Rescue Bots Academy as well, which is basically... this one is done by Boulder Media Limited, which you have almost that chibi kind of Transformers. It's an upcoming Transformers Rescue Bots Academy, which is done, like I said, by Boulder Media, to be released in 2019. It's going to be a sequel series to the Rescue Bots series, and it looks like totally new bots involved. The first season of that will have 52 episodes with 11 minutes of running time each, which I kind of figured that they were going to go that route, just because in most children's modern animation series, they go for that 11 minute thing instead of the 23 minutes. I kind of get it. I mean, some of these two new series, Cyberverse and Rescue Bots Academy, are definitely not geared towards my age group or those above 10, just based on the animation and the fact that they're 11-minute episodes. Even looking at Justice League Action, which are, I think, between 5 and 11-minute episodes too, I don't really like those as much, but I know that they're cheaper to do more episodes with doing 11 minutes, and I guess that they're just doing it a little bit differently. So anyways, Rescue Bots Academy will be an all-new cast with cameo appearances by familiar faces from the old show. The new group of bots are Hotshot, Whirl, Medics, Hoist, and Wedge, being the first ever class to enroll in Earth's Rescue Bot Training Academy and learn how to be Earth's heroes through hands-on experience. Target audience 3 to 5 years old. So they have that, and then they've got some of the old cast kind of being their mentors, their teachers. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's going to be out, in 2019. It's in production this year. And then in Cyberverse, like I said, again, not in our age group. I wish that they would do something above that, but I guess they're thinking that the Machinima stuff is, and it's utter garbage, writing wise. So I'm not following why. I mean, I like the animation. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, the writing's terrible, and I hate the 5-minute episode thing. I wish we could just get a whole mini movie and have them all put together, kind of like G.I. Joe Resolute. I think that it's kind of annoying to wait a week for 5 minutes. And they're not even that good. It's almost something that I would rather just blitz through it all at the end, and download them all and splice them into a film. But anyway, Cyberverse will consist of 18 episodes, which is quite short, actually. Going to be available in 2018. The target audience is 6 to 11. They're going to be 11-minute episodes. Basically, they're saying Cyberverse Chapter 1 is Bumblebee's on a critical mission where lives are at stake, only he can't remember what it is. It's a good thing his best friend Wingblade, Mary Sue McGuffin, has found him to help repair his damaged memory chips. With each recovered memory, Bumblebee rediscovers his past adventures on Cybertron before coming to Earth. He relives fun moments when he played Cybertronian sports with his friends, and even tragic ones that could change his life. His past will shape him into becoming the hero we know today. As each memory is repaired, another clue comes to light that will lead them both to complete their shared mission to save their friends on Earth. However, the Decepticons are hot on their heels and time is running out. Meh. I do like the new design of Bumblebee here. Wingblade, I could, and then Prime, I don't like how they did away with his faceplate. But yeah, this is done by Boulder Media as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence on that. But something that's really cool that kind of popped up is right around Christmas, Gary Chalk, Beast Wars Optimus Primal, sent a Christmas wish to Transformers fans, and his message is a direct reply to David Kaye's Beast Wars Megatron, who inquired the whereabouts of Optimus Primal through his annual Christmas wish back in 2016. David sang a Megatronish version of Blue Christmas, and Gary's replied this year with a wonderful rendition of You're a Mean One, Mr. Megatron, written by Candace Santora. So it's funny that he came out with that on December 20th, and David Kaye on the 23rd comes out with his annual holiday greeting sung by Beast Wars Megatron. This one was a twist on Optimus Primal's holiday greeting, in which he basically calls back out Gary Chalk, who called him out on the previous one, saying, "Where are you, Optimus?" instead of "Where are you, Christmas?" And it was quite humorous to behold. So you'll have to check that out on YouTube. It's quite nice. And then I look forward to his stuff every year. So what have you guys been looking forward to that's coming up in 2018 for Transformers? I like I said, I'm loving the third party stuff that I'm seeing come out, and then the new statue. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with Cyberverse, and hopefully some new Masterpiece figures, because I'm hoping Megatron's among them this year. You never know. But yeah, it's crazy. It's the end of the year already, and we're 3 Masterpiece Beast Wars figures in, and more to come, and a bunch of knockoffs available, and it's been fun. And for those that don't know, you can access the Transformers Headmasters episode 8, 6 Shades of Terror, English fan dub, by Prime Productions ULTD on YouTube. It's the fan dubs done by TFCOG, and I'm Scourge in the episode, among other people that are in it. You have archives of Chris Lotta's Starscream. You have Derek James, who's the editor, and it's been a lot of fun being a part of that production. That was the very first Transformers fan dub that I was a part of, and I'm still a part of this home on the web, and it's not monetized. It's just it's fun to watch anyway. I really have a lot of fun doing these episodes. It's very much a passion of mine to do voice acting, and I would love to do it full time. But I guess you just kind of have to live and just do it for the fun of it, and if something ever comes out of it, then great. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing that. I can't wait to record the next episode. It's taken forever to get these episodes done. I've been doing this fan dub since 2005, and it's passed over 3 different hands over that time. But it's been a lot of fun to do, and I learned actually how to edit audio by doing my recordings for the fan dubs, which was different, to say the least. And then that's after that point is when I jumped on to tfwire.com, which is defunct at this point. But yeah, that started my journey into podcasting and heavy hitting in Transformers. So yeah, that's nuts. We did those episodes a long time ago. So, what do you guys think? What's some things you're looking forward to? I know Brad mentions from the last episode I did, which was Titans Return, Headmasters, and Fandubs Toys, Top TF Podcast, and Origins of Optimus Prime. Brad says, I'm not even going to continue knocking Titans Return. I've stopped watching, so I'll stop complaining. Possible listener question might be, what's your favorite figure released this year, or favorite figure purchased this year? I haven't actually purchased any Transformers. The last one I bought was Optimus Primal, Masterpiece, funny enough. And I think I got him last January? Yeah, I got him last January. January of 2017, I got that figure. And by far, like, I didn't want to open it on the air. I was having a hard enough time transforming him. I didn't want to change his faceplate or anything. But that was by far my favorite, because my first Beast Wars figure was Optimus Primal. And the original toy was just terrible. So I'm so happy for my Masterpiece version. But I would have to say my favorite figures that are released are a lot of the knockoffs, and then of course Masterpiece, Cheetor, and Dinobot. I know Dinobot's technically not out yet, but still I kind of considered with the news of it. And then the knockoff Transmetal Dragon Megatron. These things are all kind of my go-to favorites, design-wise and aesthetics. So what are some things you guys want to hear on the next episode? I'm all ears. I'd like to see what you guys want, and I'm going to jump back into a little bit of maybe Transformers Prime and talk about that, since we never did an actual Transformers Prime review. And then maybe I'll go back and do some of my like overviews of the Headmasters that I've done with TFCOG, and maybe get one of those guys over for an interview for the process of the whole thing. And I do plan on getting their episodes all up on allthingstransformers.com in the near future, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, transform and roll out.
Yeah.